Anyway, number one, the first thing I want to talk about tonight is something I was thinking about this, and I called it grinding it out. Grinding it out. And this is coming from an HVAC business perspective, because it looks like whenever I talk about business, guys are like, hey, all right. And some other things I talk about are like, hey, don't ever do that again. So let me talk about business right now. I'm sure we'll get back to things that you guys don't want to hear about, but I was thinking about this because when I went into business, I was thinking to myself that, okay, I love being a technician, and if I'm a good technician, and we've mentioned this several times, we'll be good at business. Or not necessarily that we'll be good at business, but we will be granted by the higher powers a successful business if we just try hard and we're good technicians. And what comes back to me now so many years later is what I think about is life is not fair. Life is not fair in any way, shape, or form. So life not being fair and all, and that's how life goes, you're not typically blessed with a huge amount of success out of nowhere just because you tried hard or you try to do all the right things. You're not automatically going to get all this success out of just thin air. It's not going to come quickly, and you're not going to automatically get it. You may never get it. See, that's the thing about it. People say you work hard and you have success in life. There is no guarantee of that. That's one of the reasons why working hard is so difficult. Not just from the manual labor part of it or the mental strain, just because you're not guaranteed that you're going to make it anywhere in life. You're not guaranteed that the next corner isn't just a piano waiting to fall on your head, so to speak, a proverbial piano. There's no guarantees. And when you're in business, that's a chilling fact that there's no safety net there. We love to think that, and we're told that you work hard and you can be anything, but that's not true. That's not true, because you can work as hard as you want for as long as you want, and nothing may ever happen for you. Now, I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm just trying to tell you guys that when you open a business, 1 + 1 doesn't always equal 2. You have to work hard despite knowing that you may not go anywhere and your business may close, and that may not be what you're destined for as far as that business. It may not be to the second time around when you get a little bit more wisdom that you will make it big or medium, and that's a whole different perspective. What is success? Now, we're talking in a business framework, so we're not going to say because I love Jesus and Jesus loves me. We're talking about business success. Business success is being able to support yourself. This is how I define it. Being able to support yourself, support your family, and have some left over for some leisurely activities. Like, I was over at my brother's house today for Father's Day, and we saw his brand new couch. This brand new couch was like this L-shaped sectional deal. You guys know what these things are. They have like recliners built into them. You hit a little button, it's like, and you lean back and your feet go up in the air and you feel like you're about to go to the dentist or something, but it's super comfortable and awesome. So I'm sitting in this beautiful chair made out of microfibers, which I'm not sure what exactly that is, but it's made out of microfiber. And this thing, because my wife looked it up when we got home, it costs like thousands of dollars. It's like thousands of dollars. And here I am going to Big Lots to try to pick up a sectional that costs $800 or $1,000 thinking, wow, that's expensive. All that I want out of my business is to be able to get a few nice things, have my family live the life that they deserve, not in excess, but just not have to worry all the time, because we've battled before. My whole life's been a battle as far as going up and down and facing different challenges. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys face challenges too, but you always get kicked in the teeth and you're expected to, I don't know, you feel like giving up, but you can't, because everything moves forward. Whether you're going or not, you're getting drugged forward. So you got to continue pushing forward. And it's difficult. And it's difficult when you have, let's say you start a business and there's another guy who starts a business, and that guy's business, for some reason, just takes off, whether he's more talented or he's luckier or whatever the reason is. It just takes off. It's difficult to see that happen and struggle simultaneously. And that's just a challenge that you have to overcome. You almost have to push this stuff down in your gut. It's like when I tell my son, it says it's time to be a man. He went away to college. He struggled. Now he's doing a lot better now. It's the third week of his being at Citadel, and he's just, for the first time, and I know he's doing better because the texts are less frequent now. So before it was like text. Get me out of here. Break me out of here. Whatever. And now he's good to go. There's less text. He seems to be hanging out with his friends and having a good time, going down to the beach in Charlestown, going down to the Folly Beach and going to eat at the pizzeria. So I know he's having a good time. But I told him, I said, you got to be a man about this. You're 18. You got to be a man now. We can't walk out the door and run away every time something challenging comes along, because you'll never get anywhere. You'll never be a man. You never become a real man until you face these challenges, and a few of them become notches on your belt. And I think that's part of it. This whole thing is messy. That's something I never realized. Running a business, being a man and being an adult, it's a messy process. You make a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of fights, both real and figurative, and you have to keep your head up and keep moving forward. Because as soon as you think you're going to bow out of this thing, like I said, it moves forward whether you're going or not. So you might as well keep pushing forward. Now, I talked for a while on that one right there, but I did say you can't expect success after a short period of time. You don't know when the success is coming. I was just mentioning how the podcast was doing really good these last few months. Well, the podcast has been out for 5 years. And for 5 years, there was growth, and it's a decent sized show compared to other shows in the niche, so to speak. But in the last few months, it experienced tremendous success, or what I think is tremendous success. It's all relative. To me, it's tremendous success. So I had to wait 5 years for that. It's 2017, 2022. There was a lot of times when I was like, this thing it's not working out. I mean, we have guys like you guys that are watching right now or listening in the podcast. A lot of you go way back to the beginning, and there's a lot of loyal listeners. But I'm talking to myself. I'm like, these guys don't like this show. This isn't going anywhere. This isn't doing anything. And I should just stop this. I should just figure out something else I can do. And there was a couple times when I just about did that. And you just can't do that. You got to be strong enough to fight off that urge to quit, especially when you're doing well enough where you're taking care of yourself. You got to fight off that urge to just say, I just want something less stressful. I don't want to do this anymore. You just can't do that. We're men. We can't do that. We can't say, I don't want to do this anymore, because that's not an option. You got to live your life. I think there's a complex out there of, let's call it dreamer syndrome, thinking that you're going to realize some kind of magnificent dream. But I think we missed the point on what that dream actually is. We think that there is something like, I don't know, like the Wolf of Wall Street before the end of the movie, or before he goes to prison or whatever. Like the part where he has like the boat and he's having a great time and Margot Robbie is throwing herself on top of him. We all think that the American dream will end up like that. And I don't think that's what it means. I think what it means is you work hard and you bust your butt, but you have to keep doing it your whole life, and you take care of your family. And when you're old and your family's talking about you, like you go to a wedding and it's your son's wedding, and your son says, I could have done this without my dad. He worked 2 jobs for a while. That's the kind of praise that we have to live for, because there's not going to be anything else. There's no one coming around to say, hey, great job, champ, and patting you on the back. Because once you're a man, you're on your own. And it's just how it's designed. It's how it's supposed to be. There is people to turn to, and we may talk about that guy later, because he ties into our story for today, and we'll talk about that later. Okay, I'll bring that back up. So, yeah, I think I wrote down here, staying the course can be the hardest thing to do, and talent does not equal success. So no matter what you are, if you are a talented businessman or a talented service tech or a talented installer or a talented ballroom dancer, that last one doesn't belong, but that doesn't mean you're going to have success. If you want to watch more videos just like this one, click on this playlist right here. If you want to see our brand new video, click right here. If you want to find out more about the great sponsors that make this show happen, click up here. And to join our email list where I notify you when we're going live, click right here.